from Sleep at Last. Welcome to another one of my videos. Please remember to subscribe to my channel to be notified of when I do another video, and be sure to check out all the comments below the video so that you can grab your free guides, because I've got 3 different freebies that you can have available to download, plus routine guides available for just £20, which give you a age appropriate nap and feed schedule for your little one from newborn right through to toddlers. So go check those out. So this video today is about routine. Routine is one of my favorite subjects, and I can't believe I haven't done a video about this already. I think it's probably because I always mention routine in most of my videos, so I assumed that I had one, but I don't. Routine is one of those things that you either love or hate. I find it's quite divisive with people and with mums, and it's a shame because we really don't need to judge one another. If somebody loves routine, then let them be a routine freak. If someone doesn't love routine and they're fine with the what comes with the lack of routine, with the go with the flow, then that's fine as well. So you just need to do you. But me personally, I find that routine saves my sanity. And one of the reasons why I struggled so much at the beginning when I first had my babies was because it's really hard to have a routine with a newborn. Well, virtually impossible, because they feed in on demand, and I found that really uncomfortable, and it took me a long time to adjust, you know. And even did I really adjust? I don't know. I mean, I just endured the newborn days, to be honest, until they got to the point where I could get them into a routine. And the thing is, routine is something that we really do need as human beings. Like, our bodies are designed to be routined. We eat at regular times, we get hungry at regular times. We do the same things in the morning as we do in the evening. We are all creatures of habit, whether we like to admit it or not. When it comes to children, they absolutely thrive on routine because it makes them feel secure. So children like to know what's coming next. Children can feel very vulnerable if they don't have a structure in place. They can feel like a bit overwhelmed, really, if you suddenly say to them, right, it's time to eat now, right, we're going out now, right, it's time to go to bed now. And obviously this varies depending on the temperament of your child, but I find that the more structure a little one has, the easier they are to manage, because they, like I say, they don't become overwhelmed and they don't have those big meltdowns because they know what to expect next. And it's massively helpful with sleep. So children, babies, newborns right through to children biologically need sleep at certain times. They biologically get tired. Their hormones respond in a way in which they need sleep. Now, if you know what those times are, then your life is going to be so much easier, because you're not going to be battling with a baby that is fighting sleep. And you're not going to be trying to feed a baby that is tired, and you're not going to be trying to put a baby to sleep that is actually hungry and not tired. You'll actually get to know their needs more easily, and it just makes everything so much easier. And it's one of those things that you can have from a really young age. Like, a lot of people, I think, assume that routine is not something that you can have at all with newborns, and I myself didn't realize that you could either. But absolutely you can. And from about 8 weeks onwards, you can definitely start implementing an early bedtime and structure around their day naps as well. And that puts you in a really good position once they are out of the newborn days and they are older than 16 weeks, where they can start to self-settle themselves. If you've already got them into a good structure where they're having the appropriate day sleep for their age, it will help them to sleep better at night time. It also means that, you know, the benefits for you, you're able to plan your day better. So like, if you have got baby groups that you want to go to, or you do want to visit your friends, you're not trying to take a baby that is absolutely exhausted. You can plan these trips around their sleep time. Similarly, if you have a long car journey, you can plan it around when they're due asleep, so you know they're going to go to sleep in the car and get that sleep that they need, and not be screaming because they don't want to sleep and they're really bored in the car. So a lot of times I find that mums are worried about routine because they think it's going to make their day less flexible. And although I do recommend taking at least one of their naps at home in their cot, like I say, if you know when they're going to be sleepy and they are used to sleeping at the same times every day, they're more likely to sleep at those times on the go. And when you're staying in someone else's house, like when you're on holiday, they're more likely to sleep better when you've got that structure in place. So it's just a win-win, really. We are, like I say, our circadian rhythm is what governs our kind of like our hunger and our sleepiness. Our hormones basically are controlled by the circadian rhythm, and it all links together, and that's all driven by routine and doing the same things at the same time every day. Routines are massively helpful for bedtime, especially. Again, if a child knows they're going to do the same thing every single day at the same time, they will just respond better. They'll be calmer, they won't fight it. Consistency is key. It allows you to be consistent if you're doing the same thing. And yes, it's boring. It can be boring for us to do the same routine day in, day out without fail. Like, it can be, but they will benefit from it and they will sleep better if you have a bedtime routine that helps them to wind down and relax and de-stress and get their energy out before sleep time. And you'll get your evenings as well. You'll get that big chunk of time to yourself in the evening to do with what you want, and to have a break from motherhood, which for me was everything. Like, getting my children, the main whole reason for me focusing on my little one's sleep was that I wanted my evenings. I needed some time in the day away from them, which I had when my oldest would nap as well for 2 to 3 hours in the day. But when I had my second one, and she stopped napping, you don't even get a break in the day. So that's why I really pushed to have them in a routine and pushed to get them sleeping early in the evening, because it meant that I got a solid few hours guaranteed, and that time is so precious. And I still, even today, now that they're 4 and 6, count down, and my husband's the same. He counts down to getting them to bed. You know, some days are better than others, but to know that you've got that time at the end of the day is just, it really helps with your mental health. If you are a routine and structured person, you will benefit massively from having that time to yourself and that time to just be you, because when can we ever be us when we're around our babies all the time? Everything becomes about them. It's easier to prioritize yourself and you know, put your own needs first if you have that set time every single day where they're gone, basically. So yeah, I am all about the routine, and one of the things I always talk about, and I've got a video on this as well if you want to go back and watch that, is awake windows. And awake windows, if you can nail awake windows, which kind of links back to routine because you're basically putting them to sleep at set times across the day, then that's kind of half the battle with all these sleep issues in the first place, in terms of avoiding overtiredness, which is really the enemy when it comes to trying to get your little ones to have more sleep. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and check that one out. And like I said before, I've got routine guides available for just £20, which you can buy on my website. So please head over there if you're wanting to find out what an appropriate routine would be for your little one, because obviously there's no use trying to enforce, you know, your own routine, because they do have certain times of the day where they need to be having a sleep, depending on their age. And the other thing I will say is make sure that if you do want to implement a routine and an early bedtime, that you implement a consistent wake up time regardless of how they slept, that you wake them up at the same time every morning, because they only need a certain amount of day sleep versus night sleep, and you are more likely to get that in if you're waking them up at a set time in the morning. And that helps you to then set the nap times and then finally set bedtime at an age appropriate time also. So I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit like, and I will see you on my next video. Thanks for listening.